Lời đầu tiên xin chào các độc giả đã đến với website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com. Khi tìm đến với website rèn luyện kỹ năng, chắc hẳn bạn đang mong muốn tìm cho mình một công cụ tốt nhất trong quá trình rèn luyện kỹ năng. Kỹ năng ở đây có thể là kỹ năng lãnh đạo, kỹ năng bán hàng, kỹ năng mềm, kỹ năng sống và rất nhiều các kỹ năng khác. Thông thường khi nghĩ đến việc rèn luyện các kỹ năng như chúng tôi đã đề cập ở trên, chúng ta thường hay nghĩ đến việc tìm mua cái đầu sách hoặc tham gia các chương trình hội thảo. Nhưng trong cuộc sống bận rộn của thế kỷ 21, thời gian và tiền bạc là hai thứ luôn bị giới hạn nhiều nhất. Với sự ra đời của website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com, chúng tôi mang đến cho bạn một công cụ tốt hơn trong việc rèn luyện kỹ năng của mình, đó chính là các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng. Bạn sẽ không còn phải tốn quá nhiều thời gian để đọc sách hay tốn quá nhiều tài chính để tham gia các chương trình hội thảo. Chỉ cần bỏ DVD vào đầu máy, ngay lập tức bạn đã có thể tận hưởng những thước phim quý giá được chia sẻ từ các diễn giả nổi tiếng tại Việt Nam và trên thế giới. Website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com cung cấp đầy đủ cho bạn các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng trên nhiều lĩnh vực. Tất cả các DVD rèn luyện kỹ năng của các diễn giả nước ngoài có tại website rèn luyện kỹ năng.com đều có phụ đề 100% hỗ trợ tối đa cho quý độc giả khi theo dõi. Rèn luyện kỹ năng.com cam kết chất lượng tất cả các DVD khi cung cấp cho quý khách hàng. Với hân hạnh được phục vụ cho rất nhiều các khách hàng trên cả nước. Chỉ cần click đặt hàng, trong vòng 1 đến 3 ngày, bạn đã có thể cầm sản phẩm trong tay. Rèn luyện kỹ năng hân hạnh được phục vụ quý khách.
Hi, my name is khach and welcome to the art of nonverbal selling. During the past 25 years, I've studied countless sales calls and videotaped and analyzed hundreds of interactions between buyers and sellers. What I've discovered is that most salespeople get so caught up in the verbal part of the sales call that they don't read or respond to the buyer's nonverbal signals. Dr. Marabian at UCLA found that only 7% of our feelings and attitudes are communicated with words, 38% with our tone of voice, and 55% non-verbally. I found that during a 20-minute sales call, buyer and seller exchange over 200 non-verbal messages. The question is, what should we focus on? And how should we respond? To make it easy on ourselves, we can divide the body into 5 major nonverbal communication channels. The first channel is the face. A friendly face shows that the buyer is opening up to us. But as you know, facial expressions are not always genuine. In fact, buyers often wear a mask to hide their true feelings. The second channel are the buyer's arms. Closed arms may show that the buyer is guarded or defensive. The third channel are the buyer's hands. While facial expressions can be easily manipulated, we're often unaware of what we communicate with our hands. Open and relaxed hands are always a positive sign. The next channel are the buyer's legs. We want to observe if their legs are crossed away from us, which may indicate a guarded and defensive attitude. The last channel, the body angle, you'll see that the buyer is leaning away from the salesperson, another sign of caution. Now, is it necessary to read and analyze every nonverbal signal? No. That would be counterproductive. Here is a simple and effective way for managing the important nonverbal part of the sales call, the traffic light system. In a way, the buyer's body is telling us how to move forward with our sale. Fortunately, we don't have to learn more about psychology, but only about strategy. And here's how it works. Let's first talk about green signals. A buyer with a friendly facial expression, relaxed hands, arms uncrossed, legs relaxed, and a body angle directed towards you all indicate all signals are green. The buyer's body language says, go ahead with what you're doing. There are no hidden obstacles at this time. And go ahead and move forward with the sale. Let's talk about yellow signals. Here's some typical yellow signs. A steepling gesture, a sign of superiority. In sales, many times we see self-touching gestures, like the hand on chin. What do these signals mean? We can't know the exact meaning, but we do know that here's an obstacle preventing open communication between you and the buyer. The buyer won't tell you what it is, but the body language says, here's an obstacle, proceed with caution. Like in this example, crossed legs. It's very important for you not to mirror the buyer's yellow signals. The best strategy is to ask an open question and listen carefully so you can get the buyer to open up. It is very important to discuss the hidden issues before they become a real stumbling block to your sale. And that's where we see red signals. Red means that the buyer is getting either more indifferent and tunes out, or increasingly aggressive and angry. In that case, you must act quickly before it's too late to respond. Your best strategy to red signals is to stop what you're doing, send green signals, and immediately redirect your approach. In this scenario, the salesperson responds with green signals. He leans forward and shows open palm gestures. When you express understanding of the buyer's feelings, chances are that the buyer will open up again. On your next sales call, pay attention to your customer's body language. Use the traffic light guide to make your counter moves. If you see green, proceed. If you see yellow, ask open questions. If you see red, stop and redirect your approach. Successful salespeople sell more with their eyes, and so can you. They communicate green signals throughout their call, and they close the sale when the buyer communicates green. Practice the art of nonverbal communication to make more money than you ever thought possible.
Think about your last sales call. Was the customer leaning forward or backward in his chair? Was she smiling at you, but at the same time, did she have her arms crossed? Did his desk present a barrier between the two of you? During a 20-minute sales call, approximately 800 nonverbal messages are exchanged between seller and buyer. You know your product. You know your presentation. Your goal is clear: to get the sale and to create a satisfied customer. But your verbal skills don't always lead you to the sale. Why? Because you often focus too much on what is being said. If you fail to pay attention to the nonverbal signals, you can create a wall between you and your prospect. Scientific research proves that we communicate 55% of our feelings and attitudes through nonverbal expressions, 38% through tone of voice, and only 7% through spoken words. Salespeople who maximize the impact of that 55% by reading and responding to their customers' body language will have a significant competitive advantage.
Keep up with the volume.
Misinterpreting your customer's body language can often lead to lost sales.
Oh, I like that's very nice, yeah.
Great. He's ready to buy this. Well, if you don't have any other concerns, what do you say we talk delivery dates?
What if I pay all that money and it isn't compatible with our equipment?
If I may show you one more thing. So, do you feel this will work for you?
This sounds great.
Yeah, I think
I want this.
I'm gonna do what we need. I just need to run it by Brad, as I mentioned.
He's not as interested as I thought.
I'll say so.
Well, I'll get out of your way here. Maybe if I can just leave my card with you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Hey.
Thanks.
You can avoid these nonverbal mistakes, improve your observation skills, and learn to interpret major nonverbal signals and their meaning to your selling strategy. To successfully manage and control a sales call, we must become aware of our customer's body language, aware of our own body language, and manage to advance the sale and our relationship with the customer by applying the most appropriate verbal and nonverbal skills. When we use nonverbal communications techniques together with professional selling skills, you can identify and overcome negative nonverbal signals early in the sale.
Why don't I sit over here so we can go over our material together?
Respond faster and more accurately to buyer concerns.
Sherry, why don't we develop a quality assurance standard that matches your requirements?
It all begins with how you read your customers' true feelings and attitudes, feelings that they may be unaware of.